Here's why YNW Melly is scared in prison. Number 1. The case. February 2019. Melly and his close friend YNW Bortlin were arrested and charged with killing two of their friends, YNW Juvie and YNW Sackchaser, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. According to police, the two victims were shot multiple times and staged to look like a drive-by shooting. Police claimed that forensic evidence showed that the shots were fired from inside the car where Melly and Bortlin were sitting, and that they were the only ones who could have fired the weapons. Additionally, the prosecutors showed that social media messages from Melly appeared to indicate that he had admitted to the crime. Beyond this, however, YNW Melly's song was much more solid evidence that prosecutors claimed gave away the entire murder plot. Number 2. Murder on My Mind. On March 4th, 2017, YNW Melly uploaded a song to SoundCloud called Murder on My Mind. The song was a piano-based hip-hop murder ballad that depicted a story of Melly killing someone and feeling guilty about it. The lyrics were strikingly intimate and almost seemed like a confession. The song gained popularity, and Melly's fans and fellow rappers praised his storytelling ability. However, once he was arrested for the murder of his friends, the lyrics to Murder on My Mind became a key piece of evidence in the case against him. Of course, many have pointed out that this song was exactly that, a song, and it had no real-life connection to the murder, but the lyrics were powerful enough to seemingly sway many casual listeners of the news. Number 3. Arrest. Soon after the murder of his two friends, Melly was arrested in February 2019. At the time of his arrest, police alleged that he shot and killed his two friends. Bortlin tried to make it look like a drive-by shooting. If found guilty, Melly could face either life in prison or the death penalty under Florida law. Despite the evidence laid out against him by police and prosecutors, Melly maintained his innocence. Many public court documents were released, showing phone records that claimed Melly was at the scene of the crime as well as autopsy details, but Melly wasn't having it. On Instagram, he wrote that he was innocent and that God is with him, though he later deleted the post. Number 4. Afraid in jail. So far, Melly's case has been dragging on with no end in sight. With multiple mistrials and hearings getting delayed, Melly had been in jail for years. Throughout his time there, he has maintained his innocence, but has also expressed fear for his life. In an Instagram post, he claims that the jail staff and high-ranking officers have threatened to beat him and hide him from the world. He also says that he has been subjected to harsh punishment, including being isolated from other inmates and having his phone privileges taken away indefinitely. Posting several mugshots to Instagram, Melly stated, "As of this moment today, I am officially in fear of my life." It's unclear if there is any truth to his claims, as the jail continues to deny any allegations of mistreatment. Still, Melly himself seems afraid of something. "Beat my every day, and if I tell my lawyers they will lie and say I hit them first," Melly alleged in the post. He also claimed that the staff is watching his every move, making sure he doesn't communicate with the outside world about his mistreatment. But that's not the only reason Melly is afraid. Number 5. Revenge. The families of Sackchaser and Juvie are both of the opinion that Melly is guilty, and they want justice for their loved ones. There have been multiple tense moments in the courtroom where it seemed as if they wished ill will toward Melly, but that might not be the extent of how far they're willing to go. Keep in mind that they see Melly as a murderer, and there is evidence that shows he could have killed Sackchaser and Juvie. Melly's family has also allegedly received threats from the families of the victims. With many of the inmates in Melly's prison convinced of his guilt as well, it's no wonder that Melly might be in more trouble than he seems. His case started out fairly simple, with the prosecution claiming Melly and Bortlin killed the two friends for financial gain. But as the case has dragged on, more evidence has come to light that might be pointing to a much more complicated and sinister outcome. With Melly himself admitting that he now fears for his life in prison, it's clear that this might not end well for the rap superstar. From the threats of his captors to his cellmates, this is why YNW Melly is scared in prison.